With a kiss, think of the future. Maybe kids don't need the masters. Just waiting for the little bastards. Oh yeah. With a kiss, think of the future. Maybe kids don't need the masters. Just waiting for the little bastards. Oh yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Akumatora, and today I am joined by my friend Andrew the Otaku.
Hello everybody.
This is a brand new channel created by the both of us called Digital Comfort, and this is our brand new series called Digitally Comfy Anime Reviews. And today we're going to be reviewing an anime called Fooly Cooly, or FLCL, and basically give our opinion on the whole thing. So I'll hand it to you.
Hey everybody. So this is actually our second take because my audio was a little low, so
Yeah.
Apologies if I don't sound as excited. It's 4 a.m. right now when we're recording this. Anyway, we're going to go, the structure is going to kind of be like we are going to go over the plots, the pros, the cons, and just our overall thoughts in the series, like Ryan said. So, with that being said, what is your initial reaction to the series?
Well, the initial reaction to the series was, it was pretty good. It was a little odd at first, starting off with
Yeah.
studying the starting scenes. Yeah, that sounds a little weird, but that's how I'm gonna say it, because that's how you should say it, I guess.
Oh yes,
But,
spoiler right now.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Sorry to interrupt you.
We might
Spoiler. So,
spoil a lot of stuff in the anime.
just so you know, we recommend this anime. I don't know. Is there anything you want to say to people that want to click off now? I guess.
If you don't like anime that's a little like out there, then you should probably click away or continue watching to see if we can interest you in the anime.
This video, you have anime only watched, I don't know, Naruto or like Death Note, and you want to check out this anime. Maybe don't. Maybe check out something else that's kind of up your alley. But yeah, if you're kind of experimental and you like that kind of like Gainax has done stuff like Evangelion, and a little recently I think they did, or at least their side studio Trigger has done Kill la Kill and stuff like that. So you can kind of get an opinion of what the studio's like. So if you like their stuff, yeah, give it a chance. And if you don't, then don't watch it.
Watch anime you would like.
So yeah. All right. Anyway, well, for the rest of you that are still listening, let's get into the plot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll give my initial reaction first. It's really good. I liked it a lot. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it looked kind of cool at first, but it really kind of grew on me after a little while. And after I rewatched the first episode again with my friend Ryan here, and just so you know, we marathoned all 6 episodes. So we watched it in a very kind of movie-esque viewing order. So we watched like just kind of took all of it in at once. So maybe our opinions will change after we like view it when we're older, or like think about it a little bit more. But like this is what we think about it right now. So yeah, just are we gonna get into the plot?
Yep. You can start with that.
So FLCL is an anime from 2000, and it follows a 12-year-old named Naota apologies if I butcher any Japanese names in this. I'm really bad at pronunciation, but it follows a Japanese boy named Naota Nanbuna, and he's having adventures with all of his friends, or friends in quotation marks, all other teenagers in this suburb called Mabase, and his interactions with Haru. You want to say that?
Haruka.
Yeah. Interactions with Harua, and his brother's ex-girlfriend, Mamimi, and a robot that manifested itself from his head.
Yeah.
And so FLCL is mostly about the characters. It has this kind of grand and like big, intricate subplot going on, and it's very sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
But it's mostly a character piece, I would think. And the sci-fi plot is kind of in the side. It's mostly like there's like very big sci-fi themes in this. like there's like huge kind of big fight scenes, but there's also like small stuff like a school play and like the characters just going around town and like buying
Hanging out, generally
candy
hanging out,
and like hanging out. Yeah, generally hanging out.
acting like normal teenagers would.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, do you want to give her like interpretation of the plot while we're in this section?
Yeah. Okay. Basically, the main character Naruto is like the first scene of the anime is him sitting with his his brother's ex-girlfriend Mamimi, and they're just talking about school life and his brother going off for baseball in America. And out of nowhere, this girl comes on a yellow scooter and hits him in the head with a guitar / chainsaw thing.
Yeah.
That causes a bump to grow from his forehead, and later that turns into what we know as the robot guy.
Yeah.
Who kind of helps
so,
him out. It's like part of him somehow.
Still don't understand completely why. I think it's something to do with her guitar, but yeah. Haruko hits him in the head, and then this
it causes
portal
the portal
forms
to
in his forehead.
Form. It formed in his brain, like where his brain was, because he doesn't have a brain anymore.
And then from that point on, after the first episode, he has like monsters that come out of his head, and they kind of Haruko, and anyone else involved has to try and stop these monsters from wreaking havoc on the city. And
trying to activate the weird iron thing that flattens
Haruko
worlds.
is trying to activate this kind of giant iron and help...
Which somehow summons her lover, kind of thing.
Intergalactic space pirate lover.
Yeah.
From another dimension. Like I said, this show has a very, very weird kind of sci-fi subplot. I think
going on as the main plot's going on.
I think if the whole sci-fi subplot wasn't going on, it would be a
dull,
a much more normal show.
Oh, yeah.
Like a much kind of just like a slice of life kind of school anime. But I like that it's a little crazy. It's kind of like off-puts the like.
It's not afraid to push the boundaries.
Yeah, it kind of offsets the moody kind of like teenager melodrama tone of the show.
Yeah.
And like into a very kind of funny and comedy kind of mood. It switches between the two very very quickly and seamlessly. Like one moment the characters can be having like a really big heart-to-heart discussion while like looking at a sunset, and the next minute Haruka could be slapping Naruto in the head with the chainsaw guitar. It's very crazy that way. Yeah. Also, I'll mention right now before we get into the pros and cons. Bennett the Sage, who is this other anime channel, he does a lot of reviews and stuff. He did a great kind of analysis of FLCL. So go see his stuff. He could probably explain the deeper meanings of the show a lot better than I could. So yeah, go check him out. He's really cool. Anything else with the plot you want to mention?
Nothing really, I guess. It kind of progresses with Naruto and the things come out of his head, and then some weird stuff happens in one episode and it comes out of a different person's head. Yeah. But they fight it regardless, and they end up destroying everything that comes out of his head.
Yeah, and it kind of amalgamates in the 6th episode with like the Haruko and Naruto are kind of like trying to like save the world. Yeah. But also like Naruto's trying to like mature at the same time. Yeah. And like he's like fighting with her.
And at that point in the anime, like around episode 5 or 4, the robot guy disappears for no reason at all. Like, when Haruka comes back, the robot guy doesn't. He's just randomly exploring the city, I guess, instead of living with him like he was originally.
And I have this written in my show notes, but like, sorry if we don't discuss the like plot, I guess you could say, of the show. We mostly, would you say we? Do you think it's mostly like a character kind of show too? Yeah,
it's a show about the characters. It's not about the things that are going on. It's about them developing and growing closer to each other and whatnot.
Yeah, like Ryan said, it's more of a character piece than like a sci-fi story. So we're not going to be discussing the sci-fi aspect too much. It's complicated and very interesting, to say the least. But so if you like the sci-fi part of it, it's cool, and you can. I like people that kind of interpret it, but I think it's more of a character piece. So anyway, we're going to get into the pros and cons?
Sure thing.
Okay, cool. You want to take it away first? Just say what's on your top of your mind.
Pros of the anime are generally the animation style is really well done. The background characters are well done too. I feel like all the characters had a proper amount of development, even the ones that you don't see
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
like his dad and grandpa. They're both in the anime enough, but not like as much as the other characters are. And I guess they created those characters very well because they were original and themselves, and they weren't afraid to break the fourth wall that much with
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Like they weren't restricted to.
Yeah,
Hope you don't
or
mind me adding when you're talking,
that's
but
fine.
they kind of weren't afraid to be themselves. They weren't really held back by a big studio, kind of like
Yeah,
some creative teams
and
are.
like I said in the first time we recorded this, I feel like this was a testing ground for a lot of animation
Yeah,
studios or
yeah.
projects and people, like because animation was just getting started out in
That's
the
a good word
world,
for
kind
it.
of thing. I mean, not animations, but like Japanese animation per se,
Yeah.
because we had cartoons like before that, obviously. But there was like a South Park reference in the final episode,
Yeah, yeah.
and
There was like
other animation styles before that.
I don't know if it was like by the creator of South Park himself, but creator, sorry, but there's like a very short sequence where like the characters change to like a South Park kind of style,
Yeah,
and there's other scenes like that too. Like they switch to like a manga kind of style where it's just storyboards and there's not really very much animation. It just kind of like there's a lot of zoom ins and cuts.
yeah,
So there's a lot of like mixing of animation styles. And while we're talking about mixing of styles, I guess the animation director for episode 5 called Brittle Bullet, which has a lot of like probably the most action scenes in the show. It's done by the Kill la Kill creator Hiroyuki Imashi. So yeah, go check that out if you like his work. I'd recommend seeing episode 5 if you kind of like really good action scenes.
well, you
And
have
you
to
can kind
watch the
of
whole thing if you want
yeah,
to
you
get
watch
it
the
and
whole
not
thing.
be even more
Of course,
confused
you're gonna get so confused if you hop on
if you
episode
just
5.
watch
So
episode 5.
don't do that. Watch episodes 1 through 5 if you only want to see it for episode 5, so that you can actually understand what's going on.
It's not that long either. You can just watch it all
Yeah,
6
it's not that long,
episodes
so
in
at
one go,
least
like
give
we
it a
did.
chance.
Yeah,
Give it a chance and like watch all 6 episodes because it's a really short OVA series. So at least you can say you watched Fooly Cooly because there's no reason why you shouldn't. I mean, it's
it's an
like probably like
experience.
less than it's probably like less than the time of a movie, and it's probably better than a lot of like anime movies.
Well, it's about 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours. So it's probably like a little longer than the length of an average anime movie. So yeah, it's really cool. And the best way to view it, like we did, is in a quick succession. So like episode after episode.
Yeah,
But yeah, what else do I have here? So we kind of went over this a little bit, but it broke the mold a lot of like what structure was like at the time, and they had like a lot of different art styles, like we mentioned before.
yeah,
The storyline was like very non-linear. Like they would switch the pacing up a whole bunch. There's a lot of fourth wall breaks, and at the time that's not very conventional at all. Like there was no studios doing that because they thought it was too risky.
yeah.
Like they didn't want to like even though anime had this certain mood to it. Even like comedy anime and like anime like that, they
They
wouldn't
weren't
have.
afraid to go beyond that.
Yeah, like the studio wasn't afraid to like try something new, and the creators of Fooly Cooly weren't afraid to do that.
Yeah,
So I also have the soundtrack. It's really good. This alternative band called the Pillows has a really good kind of
feel.
soundtrack for this. Yeah, it has a really
Yeah.
good feel and like mood for the show, and the music really sets the tone for what the
Yeah,
show is.
it's very fitting.
I think if it had any other, like I said before in our past recording, if it had any other type of soundtrack, like if it had the soundtrack from I don't know,
It wouldn't be what it
Angel
is.
Beats or Love Live or something like that, it wouldn't be the same at all. Like
Yeah.
it really sets a good mood for it. And pro thumbs up to the band. I listened to one of their albums actually, and it's really good. So if you like kind of alternative music, I recommend the band by itself too.
Yeah.
So
And they're
any
they're
other?
still together today, right? Like
Yeah, I
making
think so.
songs.
I think they're still making albums
Fairly
and
often.
songs and stuff.
Hmm.
So what else do I have here? Excellent balancing of innuendos and metaphors for how the show was PG and aired on TV.
Mhm.
Like in the me and my I'm kind of being really formal, but like I'll just me and Ryan kind of live in like the internet age, I guess. But like when the show came out, that didn't exist. So a lot of people were more used to seeing like kind of straight shows or like kind of very certain types of anime, you know. Like there was there was drama animes playing at the time. There was like sci-fi animes. There was like the robot kind of genre of anime, but like there was no really like mature anime, I guess, you know. Like there was an anime that covered like themes that like sex or like making jokes about like violence or like corruption, kind of, you know, kind of adult themes like that.
Yeah.
So I also said that it's so weird that this show could have like a name like Fooly Cooly, which is a metaphor for sex itself.
Yeah, it's not really explained much in the anime at all. It's just they kind of make you feel like it's something meant to be dirty.
And like the characters never explicitly say, well, maybe I think other than a few times where it's like really fast-paced dialogue, they say it a lot actually, but like it's mostly implied. All the innuendos of the show are mostly implied. There's no like,
it just means
there's not a sex scene.
Yeah.
There's not like a character, like it's not like a beach episode. It's nothing like that. It's just like characters talking about it a lot. So it's really for like a 2000s anime. It's really interesting to see those themes being present. Yeah, really kind of like mold.
It pushes the boundaries of what anime should be.
Yeah.
And a lot of people liked it too. Like even though for what it was,
I think it had a pretty good reception.
Yeah, it wasn't very popular. I mean, it was popular enough for its time, but now in 2016, I think it's gotten up a little bit.
And like the shows that were coming out at this time were like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, I don't know, like other kind of trendy anime. Dragon Ball Z was probably playing on Toonami at this time, or like on the Adult Swim block. So like a lot of this probably was different than a lot of shows that were airing at that time.
Yeah,
like very unique. Show is open to interpretation. That's really cool. We think of it more as a character piece, but like as we stressed before, you can. I'm perfectly fine with you thinking it's like a sci-fi tale. That's cool. If you want to interpret it that way, that's really cool.
It's all up to you.
But yeah.
Really.
Anything else for pros?
No, I think we're good. We can move on to comments.
Yeah. So you want to start off, I guess?
Well, you can start off this time. I set it up with the pros. You can do the cons.
So the show is really weird. We were watching this with a friend, and the only thing he was saying throughout like most of the experience, so like, was after every episode he'd be like, "This is so weird." Like he'd like it. He said like, "This is cool. I like this a lot."
It's good.
I thought that part was funny. But he was speechless most of the time. He didn't really say much. He just said like, the show is very weird. So it's very off-putting to someone that doesn't watch a lot of anime. I mean, we're kind of used to it because we've seen kind of anime in this style before. I don't know can you name any off the bat that this anime is a little bit like?
Probably like Akira a little bit.
Yeah,
the style of like.
If anyone doesn't know what Akira is, it's this old
movie
from 1988 called. Well, we already said that. Akira, and it's like a very kind of cyberpunky type of movie.
I mean, like the animation style, like near the end.
The animation style
near the end of Akira. Spoilers again,
a little bit. Yeah, spoilers.
When they animate the guy like growing because of Akira, like the power that's consuming.
When they
him,
animate Tetsuo, like when he's becoming like a giant blob.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the things coming out of his head, I guess.
Yeah, totally. They may have, I guess, like almost every anime is influenced by Akira. I would think, so, like most of the people in the anime industry have probably seen Akira. I would imagine. So, it may be FLCL probably has some Akira themes squeezed in there somewhere. But what else? The art style is very polarizing, and I can see how it would put someone off. Like, I think that the different styles of animation and the like switching kind of
like you said before, if you are not used to very like odd animation
styles and like a lot of different
then it's not really for you, but you can get used to it eventually. Like once you watch a lot of anime and you feel like you can push that boundary and just watch whatever you want and
because I think we're more accepting of that. But like if we like this is the type of show you watch with your friends, and like if they enjoy anime and watch it a lot, even like maybe people that like mainstream anime will like this. Like we said, the friend we watched it with, he liked it, and he probably hasn't seen that much anime. But I think he enjoyed the show. So it depends who you show this to. If they have an open mind, even if they don't watch anime a lot, they may like it. But some people just like are polarized by it, and they probably don't like it. And I can see why people would just like think it's too weird to like stand. Kind of like I think me and Ryan are both more accepting of like kind of weird anime and like those kind of themes. But someone who doesn't watch anime a lot may just dismiss it as like weird and goofy and like not. There's no like extra themes going on. There's nothing like deeper. There's no deeper meaning behind it. It's just like sex jokes and all that, you know?
Yeah.
I can understand how someone would think that. Also, while I mentioned that, there's a lot of blatant sexual innuendos and jokes, so if you're thrown off by that stuff, don't watch it. It's not, you probably
if
get
you don't like
turned off by
more
it.
mature stuff.
But it's not that there's like a sex scene or something, or like it's
there's one
very...
scene in the anime that's kind of like that,
it's
but it's not
hinty,
really.
But not really. It's more like a played for comedy, I guess. But yeah, it's more exploring the themes of sexuality and like kind of talking with them through metaphors and like conversation rather than like showing them to you.
Yeah.
So
if you don't mind for a second, I want to jump back
go
to
ahead,
like the plot area. I just thought of it that there's like
go ahead.
they don't really explain what happens to his dad at one point in the anime, like when he's dead per se, and not himself. Like none of that is really explained at all. Yeah. He just wasn't around for that part, but he was replaced by this weird clone thing because of Haruka. So, yeah, I don't know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. It's just not really explained at all.
Yeah. Also, I'll switch back while we're like almost at the end here. One of the pros is that a lot of the adults in the show are very kind of immature on purpose, and I think it reflects the mind of a 12-year-old. I know when I was 12, I don't think this way now, but like when I was 12. I would think like all the adults in my life were confusing and weird, and I didn't understand them. So it does a really good job of capturing that kind of feel like when you're 12. And also, the characters are really relatable. They're probably like the most relatable I've ever seen in an anime. They're super. They nail what like stereotypical teenagers are like, and they're not always nice people. They're not always like they don't always make good decisions, but they're realistic. You know. Yeah,
like Mimi is like smoking and whatnot, and she's she's only just graduated like middle school.
She's like Mimi is a great example. Like she skips school a lot. She wears like really kind of suggestive clothing. I guess she like is all over Naoko when she's like when Naoko's like way younger than her.
Yeah.
So like the characters in the show have they go from like there's like a whole bunch of character arcs, like all the characters from Mamimi to Naoko to Haruka, Haruko. I mean, sorry. They all have like character arcs, and they mature from like throughout the show, whether it's good or bad, or like tragic experiences or like happy experiences. And
the six
also,
episodes of it really justify what they are and what they can be.
Yeah.
Like later on too, and they announced they were making a season 2 and season 3.
Yeah, that's a good. We forgot to mention that they're making a season 2 and 3 of the show.
Yeah, in 2017, like early 2017, I think season 2 is coming out, and then late 2017 they're probably gonna release or start releasing at least season 3 of the anime. So that should be good.
I think you mentioned before that they probably could have explained things a lot better. Like, I think they left things like very weird on purpose because they want like fans to think about it and interpret it,
make their own theories, like theorize what it's actually about. But the anime itself, like later on, like this is just an OVA to kind of introduce that anime, I guess. But that should probably clear up some stuff. Yeah.
Like they explain it very well at the end. Like if you're in it to the end for an explanation, they give it to you, and if that's what you want, then you can stick around for that.
They give it to you very like subtly. Like, you still have to figure out some stuff in
the show. Like I guess there's no. Do you kind of mean like you want like a more obvious explanation in the like if the show comes like with season 2 and 3, or do you mean like they need to give more subtle hints? Is that what you kind of mean, or?
Well, I mean, it just. I don't know how I can say this, but they don't really give you like the full explanation. Like they don't explain everything in the anime. They leave some stuff unexplained, and for you to just figure out on your own. But that's like, it's okay. But I don't know. They could probably do a little better with the actual series. maybe go into more into the subplot of the whole sci-fi space thing.
Yeah. We're kind of like going all over the place here. We're kind of like meshing
the
pros
end.
and cons at the same time, but
Well, those
Yeah.
are kind of cons too.
yeah, you're right. Like you said, they could have explained things a little bit better, so that's a con. Anything else we want to mention about the show before we wrap it up, or?
No, I think we're good to wrap it up.
All right, so you want to give your conclusion?
Sure. Yeah. Overall, I gave the anime an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and I would probably watch it again. And I plan on watching the season 2 and season 3 when they come out next year.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, we'll see what happens then.
Oh, you want me to go now?
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry. All right. So for me, it's highly recommended. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I was extremely surprised at just how much I like the show, and take it from someone who is now a fan of the show. If you don't like the first episode, stay with it for at least like 10 minutes or so, and then like see if you like it, because the style changes a lot, and maybe you don't like some parts of the show, but you like others. So stick around and like watch it. And like we said before, it's only 6 episodes, so,
so it's
give it a chance. And then also, from someone that's kind of like has a love-hate relationship with Gainax, like I like some of their series, but I don't like others. Like I have mixed thoughts on Kill la Kill. I really like this. I don't like Ava. So I kind of have like mixed thoughts on like all their shows, but it's for some reason this show kind of like hit closer to home with me than Ava did. I didn't really like Shinji, but I kind of liked Naota. So maybe if you liked parts of their shows like Evangelion or like Kill la Kill or like some of the other shows they did, you might like this show more or less, or I don't know. Give it a chance. It's like a mix of like a lot of the things that they do. So it's like weird. It's weird and kind of like characters maturing in an environment. Really fastly with like an end of the world kind of backdrop setting. But I guess what the point I was trying to make was that if you don't like their other shows, give this one a shot, because I'm not a huge fan of the other stuff, and I like this one. So yeah.
So overall, we enjoyed the anime and think you should watch it. We recommend it. And if you, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Leave a comment below if you want us to check out any series.
Any series.
We'll be uploading semi-usual, semi-daily. So probably maybe like expect something once every month like this, or like maybe once every few months.
Or
this channel
every week. Maybe every day. Well, it depends how long it takes us to watch an anime.
Yeah. So should we talk about this channel a little bit while we have the chance? Just, like let people know what we're doing with it.
Maybe in a different video.
Okay. Yeah. Good idea.
I should probably wrap this one up.
Yeah, it's getting a little long, huh? Anyway, thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And
we'll
stay tuned and to watch the next video whenever we make it. All right. Bye.
Catch you later.